Well, good evening, Wednesday evening, everyone. Welcome, and thank you so much for joining us as we present what happens when you take Juice Plus. We truly appreciate you being on tonight's call. Just let me assure you that you will not be disappointed as we have a great lineup of speakers in the queue for you. You may want to grab a pen and paper to take notes. My name is Karen Farrell, and I became a partner with the Juice Plus Company 4.5 years ago, when I had a miraculous turnaround with my 8 medical issues, which are mainly autoimmune. I did that solely by eating Juice Plus's 30 fine ripened fruits, vegetables, and berries in a capsule upon the recommendation of my rheumatologist. I love spreading the word about Juice Plus and what it can do for the body, so we're going to jump right in. Speaking first tonight will be PMD Plus National Marketing Director Elaine Mason. Elaine will be talking to you on the impressive body of research that's been done on Juice Plus and what it actually has been proven to do for the body. 5 other individuals will then share their personal stories of healing and hope after eating the whole food nutrition that's in Juice Plus. You may even see reflections of yourself in their stories. But before we get started, please know that Juice Plus does not purport to cure any illness or disease. Although, after hearing these amazing stories, you'll understand why that statement's getting harder and harder to abide by. Juice Plus actually heals and protects the cells from degradation so that the body can heal itself. Now, without further ado, please welcome Elaine Mason.
Wow, thank you so much, Karen. And I am excited to be here this evening. Before we jump into hearing some amazing stories, which I know that's what everyone came to do, you're going to hear 5 different people share what Juice Plus, what they've noticed since they started taking Juice Plus. But maybe you're on here this evening and don't know a whole lot about Juice Plus. And what would make Juice Plus any different than any other supplement that's on the market today? And so we're going to take a few minutes and we're going to focus on the research. And, you don't hear a lot of people talking about, oh, I take this or that, and here's the research that's been done on it. Quite frankly, you rarely hear it. Most of the time, it's anecdotal but never any science to back it. Well, you're in luck tonight because you're going to hear the science, which is going to build your confidence, and then you're going to hear the stories that's going to tug on your heart, and it's going to give you hope for tomorrow. So Juice Plus always leads with research. So why do we do that? Because we have it, and that's very rare. And so we are Juice Plus, the most researched nutritional supplement in the world. And if you don't believe me, just ask Suri. She will come behind me and reassure that that statement is true. And so tonight, what we want to do is look at what does it do once you start taking Juice Plus? So a lot of times I'll have people say, well, Elaine, will it take care of this disease or this illness? And I say the same thing to everyone. I don't know what it will do for you, but what I do know, I've never known anyone who's put 30, 40, 50 raw fruits and vegetables in their diet every single day that they're not going to experience something very powerful, because that's what nutrition can do for the body. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and we are going to jump in and we're going to take a look at, I love this flow chart, and it was done by Dr. Mita Ray. And what she did was based on the research, and Juice Plus has 40 plus peer-reviewed published studies done on it. And so what she did was took all the studies that's been done on Juice Plus and said, what's going on in your body as you take Juice Plus? Well, I'm excited to say immediately you begin to see things begin to happen in your body, whether you feel it or not. So first of all, there was significant rise in a variety of polyphenols within a matter of 2 to 10 hours. So what's a polyphenol? What it is, it's a nutrient that is in fruits, vegetables, and berries. And so these researchers wanted to know how long would it take once you took Juice Plus. This is one fruit capsule, one vegetable capsule, and one berry capsule of Juice Plus. And within 2 to 10 hours, they began to see these polyphenols show up in their bloodstream. And what are polyphenols known to do? Slow down the aging process. I don't know about you, but give me as many of those as you got, because that's what I want to do. But to the researchers' surprise, what they found out was that not only were the polyphenols that were in the Juice Plus showing up in the bloodstream, but what happens is when it got into the microbiome and onto the liver, it began, their body had the ability to produce more polyphenols. That to me is a sign that God makes our bodies in an amazing way, that when given the raw materials, it can do even more than what was put in the body. And that was exciting. 2 to 10 hours. Now, what happens after 7 to 28 days? Key nutrients found in the bloodstream, your body, they're able to detect that in blood serum. That's what's called bioavailability. Now, in any one fruit, vegetable, let's just say broccoli or an apple, there's anywhere from 10 to 14,000 phytonutrients fighting for your health in that particular piece of fruit or vegetable. We're not going to go through the 14,000 because we haven't even discovered them all. We just know they're in there. But we're going to take a look at 7 nutrients that after 7 to 28 days of taking Juice Plus, it is in your system. So vitamin C. What does vitamin C do? What it does is it gives us better blood flow, and that's beautiful music to maybe a diabetic's ears to know that that circulation begins to improve in their body. It protects cholesterol from oxidation. Now, we need cholesterol in our body. We just don't want the bad cholesterol, and that's the cholesterol that has been oxidated. And vitamin C protects that. Vitamin E, also known as alpha tocopherol, helps our nerves and muscles work better, prevents blood clots, boosts the immune system, improves our vision, reproduction, health of blood flow, brain, skin. I have to write this down, there's so much. That's what happens when vitamin E is in our bloodstream, or alpha tocopherol. Then we look at the carotenoids. Beta carotene improves cognitive function, boosts our skin health, reduces age-related macular degeneration by 35%. It protects against breast cancer, lung cancer, pancreatic cancer. What about folate? Another nutrient that's found in the bloodstream once we take Juice Plus after 7 to 28 days. It helps our homocysteine levels become more healthy. Heart health, brain development, nervous system, cardiovascular function, fertility, protects against cancer. That's just folate alone. Then you've got zeaxanthin and lutein, which are more carotenoids. It helps with our vision health and our brain health. And then selenium, heart health, immune system, thyroid function, reduces inflammation, reduces premature aging, hair health, and balancing of hormones. That's just 7 of the 10 to 14,000 nutrients getting in our system once we take Juice Plus. Now, what happens at 2 weeks? Significant improvement in recovery from exercise-induced oxidation. Well, we need to be exercising because that reduces inflammation. But unfortunately, then when we exercise, it causes oxidation. And so then what happens? That's why we want all these nutrients protecting our body from that oxidation, that rusting process. We want to exercise, but we want to protect ourselves from that oxidation. How about 80 days? Significant decrease in DNA damage. When I think about the DNA damage, our DNA changes over every year. So we want our DNA to get better, not continue to go downhill. So what we've discovered with reduction of degenerative diseases, that Juice Plus slows that rusting down and that DNA damage down, and it reduces oxidation. Proper nutrition, fruits, vegetables, berries provide antioxidants, which slows down that oxidation process. All right, so what happens next? 8 to 12 weeks, what we start to see is an improvement in our gum health, our skin health, cardiovascular health, pulmonary lung function. All of these improvements happen because of this inflow of all this nutrition going on into our body. When Dr. Smokey Scintilla invented Juice Plus, what he did, he was very careful to pick fruits and vegetables that covered the rainbow, because the different colors impact the different functions of our system, the different organs, and our whole body needs all the different colors that come from our fruits and vegetables. And that's why we're not just seeing improvement in one area. So many times some supplement is focused on this area of the body or that area. But when we're dealing with whole food nutrition, it impacts our entire body. And that happens within that 8 to 12 weeks. What happens at 2 to 4 months? There's something called butyrate levels increased. You know, sometimes we hear new buzzwords, and now we hear a lot about microbiome and butyrate. Well, I'm excited to tell you, 23 years ago, I didn't know what either one of those words meant, but yet my gut and my microbiome was getting the benefits that Juice Plus was going into my body every day. So butyrate, a definition of butyrate is, well, I had it here. I've tried to get it all memorized for y'all, but I missed it here. So, well, bottom line, butyrate is a fatty acid. And that what happens is it doesn't just put good bacteria into your system. It also gets the bad bacteria out. And it's the balance of the two working together. And that, knowing that 23 years ago, I didn't know what was going on, but that kind of nutrition impacts our bodies and our gut health, which is something that we desperately need to have happen. So what goes on at 16 weeks? Significant improvement in our working memory, our selective attention, processing speed, and executive function. How many of us do we hear all the time people talking about their brain health? Oh my gosh, I can't focus. I have brain fog. I hear that all the time. How wonderful to know when we're providing our body with the enormous amount of nutrition that's in Juice Plus, that it impacts our brain function. How about the reduction in fat loss or a reduction in insulin resistance, increase in lean muscle mass in 6 months? In 6 months, our metabolic health begins to improve. So what makes up that metabolic health? Our blood pressure, blood sugar, it reduces our abdominal fat, cholesterol, triglycerides. Those are the things that we begin to see changes in our body after 6 months. And what about 8 months? 8 months of taking Juice Plus, it improves our immunity, fewer common cold symptoms and sick days. You know, Dr. Mitra Ray, I said, put this chart together by looking at the research that's been done on Juice Plus. But she makes a statement that has stuck with me and I love. She talks about plasticity. The definition of plasticity, she says, is when your body sees a bacteria or a virus it's never seen before. It has the ability to come up with a defense strategy to combat that foreign invader. Imagine having your immune system functioning at tip-top level so that when it sees anything invade your body, it instantly mounts up a defense and goes after it. That's the kind of immune system we want. And that's what Juice Plus is doing, is improving our immune system on a daily basis, and especially after being on Juice Plus 8 months. Lastly, 10 years. I've been on Juice Plus, as I said, 23 years, and I know many of you on this call tonight have been on Juice Plus for decades as well. What we know is millions of coronary events are avoided and billions of healthcare costs are avoided. Think about how we could take the pressure off of our healthcare system. You know, many years ago, I read a statement that said 95% of our healthcare dollars are spent in the last 3 months of life. What if we took those healthcare dollars and spread them throughout our lifetime? What if we invested in our health? And many of you on this call today are already doing that. And you're going to hear from 5 people now who've been investing in their health now. They're taking their healthcare dollars now, not waiting till they're laying in a sick bed in the hospital in the last 3 months of their life. I can't wait for you to hear the stories you're about to hear.
Okay, Elaine, can you remove the screen, please? There we go. Okay. Thank you so much, Elaine. I never tire hearing about the amazing benefits that our research has been proven to offer us. Next, we'll hear from Louise Boucher and her multiple sclerosis story. Louise, take it away.
Hi, everybody. I'm Louise. Yes, I did get diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in 2004. It was a huge, huge, huge shock to me. I was in such good shape. I was very active, loved hiking, exercising. I had a very active lifestyle. And all of a sudden, bang, I have this diagnosis. My legs wouldn't work. I was walking like I was drunk. It was a nightmare. The first years of multiple sclerosis were really difficult. I had to stop working. And then at some point I said, I need to take my health back, like at least try. Even though they say there's no cure for MS, and it's true, there's no cure. But in any case, in 2016, I said, okay, I was gonna stop drinking completely. So no alcohol. And that made an improvement. Then in 2018, Karen talked to me about Juice Plus. And so I started taking it. I said, I have nothing to lose. So I started taking Juice Plus, and I felt very good. I felt good about it. I felt more energy. And then it also encouraged me to look into my nutrition and my other bad habit, which was smoking. So I stopped smoking. Again, another great benefit, of course, as everybody knows. And then I started like looking into my nutrition to have, like, if I take Juice Plus, I might as well change my nutrition also. And so I did, and I lost 40 pounds. So that made me even better, like mobility and etc. So and then Elaine was talking about the microbiome. It's unbelievable what you do when you change the microbiome. Unbelievable. My energy level just peaked up, and I barely have to take naps anymore in the afternoon. I fall much less. And you also talk about the brain fog, Elaine, and this is something really bad with MS. The brain fog comes all the time, and it's much better now. And if I rest well, I combine all of this together, and I'm living my best life right now. And I'm almost 60 years old, 59. So I want to say thank you, Karen, and everybody. And I encourage you to try it at least, because fruit and vegetables, you can't go wrong. It's good.
Thank you so much, Louise, for sharing. We so appreciate your openness and your insightful candor. Excellent. Next, please welcome Corina Pinkney on her autoimmune struggles.
Hello, everyone. Yes, my name is Karina Pinkney, and my autoimmune struggles was really tough for me. And I say that because I would not take any medication. No, I'm not trying to be a martyr by no means. I just didn't want to put poison in my body. I didn't want to risk my kidneys being infected or my liver. So I chose to just change the way I eat. So I started January of 2021 to start eating alkaline diet. That means a lot of fruits, vegetables, but none of the nightshade products like white potatoes, eggplants. It was so many things that I couldn't eat. I didn't even enjoy going shopping. There was many times that I had to have someone else go and do shopping for me because I could not hardly walk. All of 2021, I used a cane. I had a cane in my car and I had a cane in my home, and I used it every single day. December of 2021, I started praying and I'm just wondering, why am I still having so much problems? And then it dawned on me, let me go revisit Juice Plus on YouTube. And October of 2021, I think they had a convention. So I watched this doctor talk for about 50 minutes. Then it was another lady. Then I realized, wow, okay, Karina, now I know what bridging the gap means. Yes, I'm eating fruits and vegetables, but now I'm going to add Juice Plus to really conceal everything together so I get more of it. One of the things I realized, I was not eating enough greens. I visualized my plate, my dinner plate, and I realized, oh no, I'm supposed to be eating like 3 pounds of greens every day if I'm not going to take medication to try to keep the, I have rheumatoid arthritis, to keep it at bay. So I decided to order the Juice Plus. December 17th of 2021, I started taking it. By the end of the 3rd week of January, I stopped using a cane. I still have problems now. I couldn't hold a roll of toilet paper in this right hand, okay? The pain was that bad. I couldn't even use the toothbrush in my right hand. I had to try to train myself to use the left because it was too painful. Up until today, I said, let me see if I could do it. I wasn't even able to use a nail clipper because of the pain. And I realized a few days ago, wait a minute, Karina, you're doing all of this stuff. And there's other little things. I think something Elaine said, you may not think that something is happening to you when you're taking Juice Plus, but oh yes, it is. Because when I first gave up the cane, I didn't say anything to anyone for about a month or two because I had to make sure it was real. I had to make sure it was really happening to Karina. If I sound like I'm speaking with conviction, it's because I'm living proof. I'm my own testimony. And it means so much to me to hear others having such good results by taking Juice Plus.
Thank you so much, Karina. That's inspiring. You don't know who you're going to help tonight, and I'm sure you helped many of us. Up now is Murtis Rollins, who'll be sharing on inflammation.
Murtis, my name is Murtis Moorhead Rollins. Can you hear me?
We sure can. Go right ahead.
Okay. Oh, well, I started taking Juice Plus in April of this year. And by June, I was feeling the results of what was happening. Well, I noticed that I used to go to bed with pain and I wake up with pain. I would have pain in all my joints all day and all night. But by June, I noticed when I woke up in the morning, I wasn't having the lower back pain that I was experiencing a lot. Then I also noticed that I was able to go up and down the stairs in my house and I wasn't in pain. my knees. I had a car accident back in 2008, and my right knee, my right shoulder, I couldn't even comb my own hair because I couldn't get my arm up to comb my hair. But I noticed that I was able to do all of these things since I started taking Juice Plus. Also, I noticed that I was having regular bowel movements. I wasn't having any pain, any problem. And I've been able to not to wear the knee brace anymore that I had been wearing from the time I had the car accident. I don't have to use the knee brace anymore on my right knee. My right shoulder, I'm able to move and get to comb my hair, to do a lot of things that I wasn't able to do before. So I'm now 85 years young. I just had a birthday, October 30th, and I am not going to stop taking Juice Plus. I'm going to tell all my friends, my family, everyone, and it's up to them whether they want to try it or not, but I am not going to stop.
Yay. Thank you, Murtis. Happy birthday, young lady.
Thank you.
Your healing is music to our ears. And finally, please welcome National Marketing Director Brenda Proctor as she shares her experiences with fibromyalgia and cancer.
Hi, everyone. Oh, we got issues. Sorry. Can you see me? Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Brenda Proctor, and don't you just love these stories, these powerful, encouraging stories? I am a single mom and a retired public school teacher, and for 34 years, I taught kids of all ages. But the job that I loved the most was as a read recovery teacher, because I love stories. And that's why I'm loving this event tonight. I believe that each one of us have a story, and that every story is important to God. I've always loved the quote that says, stories link us to our past, they provide us with critical insight to the present, and they enable us to envision our lives, not just as they are, but maybe as they should be or might become. I love that. And that's why I'm delighted to have the opportunity to share my story with you tonight. My Juice Plus story began 19 years ago. If you had met me 19 years ago, you probably would have had no idea how sick I was. I was struggling with many debilitating illnesses. Fibromyalgia, I had all 18 pressure points. Every month I drove an hour away to an autoimmune disease doctor because for therapy, and he said I had one of the most inflamed bodies he had ever seen. Every day I would have to walk after school for at least an hour, because if I didn't, I couldn't move the next day. I also had level 3 to 4 adrenal burnout, chronic migraines, chronic digestive issues. I didn't sleep at night, and I was in pain every single day. And recently I had been diagnosed with cervical cancer. I was sick, I was scared, I was doing everything I knew to do, but I felt worse every day. But as a single mom with no plan B, I had to get up and go to work no matter how I felt. I was going to multiple doctors, I was taking 13 prescriptions and over 50 supplements every day. I was desperate to feel better, to be healthy, or at least healthier. Well, not long after being given the cancer diagnosis, after years of being in pain, I was introduced to Juice Plus by my brother and sister-in-law. You know, for me, Juice Plus was a no-brainer. It just made sense getting more high-quality fruits and vegetables in my body every day. And I love fruits and vegetables, but I knew we weren't getting enough. So I just added Juice Plus to what I was already taking every day. But honestly, I didn't really expect much. I was already taking so many things, but I knew it'd be good for me no matter what. But 2 weeks later, I slept through the night for the first time in 20 years. I called my brother that week and I said, give me the name of the person that shared Juice Plus with you. And that's how I met Elaine. I shared my story with her. I called her up and shared my story. And my first thing I said was, how much of this stuff can I take? She just laughed at me and said, it's just food. You can take as much as you can afford. I told her I was taking 13 prescriptions, and she encouraged me to start doing some research. She said, I'm not a doctor. I can't speak to the prescriptions. So after doing some research and discovering the difference between whole food nutrition and vitamins, I decided to cold turkey off of all of the supplements, and I began taking Juice Plus twice a day. Well, my health began to steadily improve. And within a year, I was off all of my medications without chemo or radiation. At 2 years, I was cancer-free. And by the middle of the 3rd year, I no longer had any fibromyalgia symptoms. You know, you hear about people getting over cancer, but usually fibromyalgia is a life sentence. Today, 19 years later, I work out every day. I take no prescription drugs, and I truly feel great, even after having 2 major back surgeries in 2018 and 2019. You know, I have never missed a day of flooding my body with Juice Plus capsules and omegas. And I've never missed a day of not having at least 1, and usually 2 complete shakes and a complete bar, because I love the taste and I love the way they feel. You know, when I first became a Juice Plus partner, I had no idea that this was going to be career 2.0. As a single mom, I was always looking for plan B, but I never had any other business experience. And I never had any idea that this would be the answer to my dreams. You know, I often wonder, what if no one had ever told me about Juice Plus? What would my health be like right now? That was 19 years ago. Would I have been able to keep working long enough to retire? Would I have been on disability? Would I even still be here? I truly don't know. I was pretty sick. But now, I am living my dream life. I work my business on my schedule with people I love. I help them solve their problems, because that's what we do. I help them regain and maintain their health and vitality and realize their dreams. I now have the freedom to give and the freedom to go. I will never be blasé. Sorry, I never do this without getting emotional. About our founder, Jane Martin's mission statement, which is to build a stable and lasting company that will help as many people as possible realize their dreams. I love that. You know, if you've been through hard times, and all of us have been through all hard times, especially these last 2 years, you know, dreaming is often the first thing to go. We just kind of put our head down and get into survival mode. And actually, I had to learn how to dream again, but I've gotten pretty good at it. I now live in a brand new home that the company and the Lord built for me in Westfield, which is outside of Indianapolis. I have a lovely office with big windows facing beautiful trees and a protected wetland they can never build on. So I have this incredible view that I get to look at every single day, and I am beyond grateful. This Plan B opportunity was and is my golden ticket to a life of great health, time freedom, financial freedom, and unlimited choices. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my story with you.
Wow, Brenda, thank you so much for tying up our evening with a huge, big bow. You've encouraged us all with your beautiful story. And our heartfelt thanks to all of our generous speakers. I'm sure you will agree with me in saying that their stories are both inspirational and hopeful. The research Elaine described clearly supports our guests' personal experiences on Juice Plus. Tonight, we heard about MS and other autoimmune issues, inflammation, fibromyalgia, and cancer. Maybe you felt a twinge of familiarity in their narratives. If something they offered struck a chord with you, or if you need additional information, or perhaps you're ready to begin your own health journey on Juice Plus, please get back with the person who invited you to this evening's event. They will be more than happy to share our mission of inspiring healthy living around the world. Thank you again for your time and attention. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone.